What's up, it's Stress3, back with another Diablo 4 video. We'll be taking a look at the item changes coming in patch 2.0, season 6, aka the expansion. This just gave another big update. They looked at the data gathered from BTR, and we're gonna go over the item changes coming in next season. Then go over all the new class uniques and quality of life improvements. First, we got a major change to the legendary items. In season 6, we're only going to have regular legend items dropping and ancestrals. Sacred items have been removed from the game. That leaves us with normal legendaries, which drop in normal, hard, expert, and penitent. The devs saw that from the data that they were too weak and gave them a significant buff. Now you can masterwork them to level 8 and can tap them twice. This should give a boost to all builds since the second tempering affix is so strong. As you get into Torrent 1 difficulty, you can now have a chance to drop new ancestral items. They're all guaranteed to have at least one great affix. Now a note from the devs is that they buffed the drop rates from ancestral items by 3x. And the PTR the drop rates were too low, so this should help out a ton. Another change coming in season 6 is now you can reroll your tempers with scroll restoration. If you messed up your tempering with bad RNG, you can now try again. These scrolls, according to the devs, will have a chance to drop anywhere in the world, but you'll have access to them in the final stages of season journey. You can also find them on raids as a weekly reward. I'll do another video talking about Dark Silver raid. Now let's go over some of the unique items and coming in the expansion. Next, let's take a look at the new mythics coming in 2.0. First, we got Heir of Perdition. The major stat that stands out is in Herald affix, 200% damage to angels and demons. This may be a spoiler indicating that we might be fighting some type of fallen angels in the expansion. Next, we got the usual stats like 20% crit strike chance, 30% lucky hit chance, 20% movement speed, and +2 core skills. Now for unique affix, we get a group build-up mechanic where you build up Lilith's favor, which increases your damage by 60%. You also steal his favor from your allies. Interesting item. Next, we got Shadow's Vow, a mythic polearm. This could be the best slot for Poison Spiritborn. First, we have 400% damage to healthy enemies as an Herald affix. Next, we have 444 max life, 29% attack speed while berserking, 444% damage over time, and 66.6% chance to become berserking. The unique affix in his enemies are not executed while inflicting more poison damage over time than the life remaining. Definitely might be a weapon for poison build Spiritborn. Next, we have the Shroud of False Death, a new mythic unique chest. For the Heir affix, we have +1 to all passives. Regular affixes are now 111 to all stats, 333 max life, 333% damage on next attack after entering stealth, and 11.1% resource generation. Unique affix is if you have an attack in the last 2 seconds, and gain stealth and 40% movement speed. Could be an interesting item for stealth rogues. And we're going to be taking a look at the new Spiritborn Mythic Unique. It's called Nesekem the Herald. It's an Ancestral Mythic Unique Glaive, 800 item power. The inherent affixes are basically the same except one that stands out. We got the 400 damage to elite enemies, pretty powerful. Then we got 200 all stats as the regular affixes. And then we got the greater affix, 695 maximum life damage. As you guys know, like every ancestral item not guaranteed greater affix drop. Next we have 250 critical strike damage and 450 overpower damage. As for the unique aspect on this item, you have every 5 seconds you mark an enemy, and marked enemies are vulnerable and your attacks against them are guaranteed to critical strike and overpower. Gain the mark every 10 times, clears the mark from them. Pretty powerful item for like boss fights that don't have many adds, but the downside is that you could mark like a random enemy that you don't really want marked, but still looks like a crazy overpowered item for Spiritborn. Now let's take a look at the new uniques coming in the expansion. First, let's start with the Spiritborn items. For the first item, we got Wound Drinker. It's a unique ring for the Spiritborn. The inherited affix, we got poison resistance and armor. As for regular affixes, we got thorn damage, damage to poison enemies, damage reduction from poison enemies, and +4 to toxic skin. As for the unique aspect, every time you deal thorns damage, you gain 7 vigor and gain toxic skin as a passive effect. Next, we have the Ring of Writhing Moon, another unique ring. First, the inherent affixes are lightning resistance and poison resistance. As for regular affixes, we got critical strike chance, movement speed, up to 47 chance to make enemies vulnerable for 2 seconds, and plus skill points to unrestrained power. As for unique aspect, we got Pestilent Swarm spawns from you every 10 seconds, deals 423 poison damage per hit, and your Pestilent Swarm now orbits around you and generate 1 vigor. We got Band of First Breath, another unique ring. As inherent affixes, we got lightning resistance and armor. As for regular affixes, we got 10% maximum life. Next one, we got damage 4 seconds after you gain resolve. Next, we have lucky hit chance while you have a barrier. And we got plus skill points to auspicious. As for the unique aspect, we got casting Invade consumes 1 stack of resolve to generate 40 vigor. And you gain armored hide as a passive effect. First, going to be taking a look at the Spiritborn unique weapons. And the first one is Sepazontec. It's a unique quarterstaff. And the inherent affix that stands out here is 45 block chance. The regular affixes are 242 dexterity, 6% basic lucky hit chance, 35% chance for basic skills to deal double damage, and plus 6 skill points to follow through. As for the unique aspect, you get your basic skills deal 100% increased damage and always use their third attack. Every turn cast a basic skill strikes 3 times. It's basically a weapon for like the basic attack skills builds. Next we have the Wushe Nak Pa. It's a unique glaive. The inherent affix here that stands out is attack reduce ultimate cooldown by 0.4 seconds. The regular affixes we have here is 188 dexterity, 290% ultimate damage, casting ultimate skill restores 50 primary resource, and plus 4 skill points to supremacy. As for unique aspect, casting ultimate skill grants or amplifies its matching primary spirit all bonus with 100% potency for 15 seconds. And your ultimate skills each gain additional skill type. The Seeker is a focus skill, the Hunter is a mobility skill, Devourer is a potency skill, and Protector is a defensive skill. So basically, it's a weapon that buffs your ultimates. It's like a potential ultimate build. Next we have the Rod of Kepeleke. It's a quarterstaff. Here once again we have 45% block chance as an inherent affix. As for basic affix, we got plus 24 maximum resource, 100% critical strike damage, 35% chance for core skills to hit twice, and plus 5 to velocity. And for the unique aspect, you got your core skills are now additional basic skills and free to cast. I deal up to 30% reduced damage based on their vigor cost. When they cast in maximum vigor, your core skills consume all the vigor to return the full damage. Cast at their largest size and become guaranteed critical strikes, with 3% increased critical strike damage for each point of vigor spent this way. This is another one that you weave your core and basic skills basically. Here we got the Unmaker unique Helm for Necromancers. They give skill points to Sorcerer, the new Necro ultimate. Ultimates can now gain skill points as part of the new update. Next it has resource generation, plus 2 to 3 to imperfectly balanced. Then we have damage reduction while you have a barrier. As to the unique aspect, we got Soul Restoration increased by 0.5 seconds for every 30 essence you spend while it's active, up to 8 seconds. Soul Rev deals 100 to 200% damage of its shadow damage per second to surrounding enemies for every 30 essence you gain while it's active. Solid item for that buffs the ultimate, helps out builds that need more defenses. Here we're going to take a look at the new unique Barbarian Helm called the Ugly Bastard Helm. It gives 3 to 5 to Prolific Fury, 8 to 12.5% Wrath of the Berserker cooldown reduction. It gives 26 to 35% resistance to all elements. Lucky hit is up to 40% chance to deal 6,750 fire damage, and casting the Wrath of the Berserker causes you to explode, dealing to 150 to 450 fire damage. While berserking, all the damage you would deal is converted to fire, and you deal 10 to 30% increased fire damage. Interesting helmet. Nice that you could now convert like your physical damage into fire. Interesting concept. Next we're going to take a new rogue unique ring, the Pitfighters Gull. The inherent affix, you get 12.5% shadow resistance, 12.5 resistance to all elements. As for regular affixes, you get 225% damage on the next attack after entering stealth. Next one we have is 12.5% critical strike chance. Next we have 27.5% smoke grenade cooldown reduction, and plus 2 to meddling obscurity. As for the unique aspect, Casting smoke grenades increases your critical strike chance by 33% for 3 to 6 seconds. And leaves behind a cloud with shadows. While within the cloud shadow, you gain stealth once per second. Very cool ring that you could probably work around like some kind of stealth build. We'll see how good it is. Next, we're going to take a look at new Sorcerer's Unique, Sidhe Bindings. It's a unique gloves. It gives 75% to non-physical damage, 27.5% chance for familiars to hit twice, 55% familiars to explosion size, and +3 to familiars. Have the unique aspect. Casting a familiar now summons all 3 elements variants at once, and familiar's duration is increased by 25 to 50%, and its cooldown is reduced by 2 seconds, but its maximum charges are reduced by 1. Another ring to add to the conjuration builds could be interesting. We're going to take a look at a new Druid unique item called Stone of Vehemen. It's a totem. The inherent affix here is 65% damage to crowd control enemies. As for regular affixes, we got here 30% chance for Stoneburst to cast twice, +3 to Stoneburst, 125% critical strike damage, 135 willpower, and the unique aspect here is while challenging Stoneburst, and for 2 seconds afterwards, you gain 50% damage reduction. Stoneburst's final explosion deals 10 to 15% increased damage, further increased by another 10 to 15% damage for each size increase. Now let's take a look at some of the quality of life improvements coming in Season 6. Blizzard has finally added a party finder to help find groups of members for the Dark Soul raid. But you're not limited just to the raid, you can use the party finder to find multiple activities. The party finder can be found in the social tab. You can find parties or list your own. As you can see, the drop down menu to choose which type of activity to focus on. When choosing the Dark Soul raid, you can specify which wing you're trying to run. You are also able to list custom party descriptions. Solid addition to the game, since now we're moving to the territorial raids. Hopefully they can work on leaderboards next. The next quality of life update is the changes to the gems and the socket system. First of all, we have the drop quality of gems fragments that increase as you ascend difficulties. We have a new tier of gems called Grand. It requires 100k gem fragments to craft, and it provides 50 increased power to the previous tier, the Royal. Some gem effects have been reworked. Ruby armor effect changes from % max life, now plus strength. Amethyst armor effect changed from plus strength to plus barrier generation, and Diamond armor effect has been changed from plus barrier generation to plus all stats. And Diamond armor effects changed from percentage to barrier generation to all stats. Many gem stat bonuses have been adjusted to better reflect the patch 2.0 numbers. Gem stats updates starting with chipped, ending with the grand. Ruby plus strength, Emerald plus dexterity, Topaz plus intelligence, Sapphire plus willpower, Amethyst barrier generation, Diamond all stats, and Skull plus healings received. Next, as for other updates, the socket systems, Jewelers is now accessible to level 1 instead of 15. Chipped gems can be crafted at level 1 instead of level 15. Gem fragments now start dropping at level 5. Sockets cost only require scattered prisms for ancestral items. Additionally, Scattered Prism will no longer drop prior to playing tournament difficulties. And for the last changes that we got is gems and runes can now be freely swapped out without needing to visit a jeweler. And how it works: when you're trying to socket a gem into a 2-socket item that is already full, the bottom gem would be removed and a new gem would become the top gem. Think first in, first out. If you try to socket a gem into an item that has 1 or more runes in it, all runes are automatically removed. The opposite is also true when socketing runes into an item that contains gems. Additionally, unsocketing no longer costs gold to perform. Very solid changes to the gem system. Should make it easier right now to operate it. Let me know in the comments how you guys feel about these updates. If you guys made it this far, make sure to like and subscribe for more D4 content. I appreciate all the support. Till next time.